Hey, this is Isaac Kotek, aka Subaqueous, and I want to talk to you about water. I'm going to show off some awesome free live pack that I've put together using a huge variety of water sounds as well as a template you can play with. And this all stems from what's happening in North Dakota with the oil pipeline. And a way for me to participate in that and help create a conversation, at least amongst music producers, is by sharing different tools and concepts around water and my field recordings that I've gotten through the years, and hopefully inspire you to make a water influenced track, something that you can share. And if you wanted to tag on about the North Dakota issue that we're seeing right now, that'd be great. But I wanted to just give you these tool sets and help you just play around with the sounds of water. For me personally, I love going out in the woods with my field recorder and grabbing amazing sound of pristine waterfalls, rivers, streams, you name it, through the years. And with that, let's look at these free by donation resources that I've put together to help inspire this conversation around water, water rights, and protecting the future. So I've got a bunch of different recordings that I've created through the year that I'm going to have available as a separate file, a zip file of just the recordings. And we're going to hear these. That way, anyone in any DAW can go ahead and use these royalty-free however you want. These are some ocean waves. I recorded this in Byron Bay in Australia when I was on tour there. We've got a lakeside waterfront. This is when I lived by the water of Lake Washington in Seattle. Got Deer Creek in Washington. Sounds like I've got some return tracks, yeah. This is Luminosity. This was out in Canada on Victoria Island years ago. This was the riverbank. And other such recordings. So these are just basically field recordings of running water. But I also have these field recordings of more drips and drops and things that I use a lot of times in my music to create splash sounds or added percussion. Got these different water drops that I've recorded. Oh, looks like it's in beats mode. Let's unwarp that. Really like using these drops. Got more of a bubbly sound, recorded with a hydrophone, and then a few single drops. You'll be able to download that, just follow the link. This is free by donation again. So now let's look at the track template that I put together. So basically what I did is I took a bunch of these samples. So here's the lakeside, and we also got the ocean wave from Byron Bay. And I put them together. One thing you'll notice on this track, I've got this audio effect, the auto ambient. Basically, this uses a resonator to resonate the sound and begin to create more of a tone from it. When you download this, this will also be free by donation. Same thing, follow the link. You'll be able to use this effect on anything. It's really great in production. So you'll see that the automation is raising up the resonance amount, and then the track really starts to get going. One thing you'll notice is right here, our resonant pitch goes to a G, so I'm actually going from A to G by just changing the resonance with this resonator, and it's going to go back to A. And I also used this right here, is also a water sample with one of those auto ambient anything. So let's turn that off and hear what it is. Just a little splash. And that's what we get from it. So these three layers are a lot of the water samples. Then I also have these water splashes here that I'm using instead of a snare. And then I just added some beats and things that I've been working with before, threw them in here to give it a little bit more of a nice groove going on. hopefully inspire you when you're playing with this template to do something with it. Maybe I would totally, next thing I would do is add a dubby bass line to this. Now the last thing we've got here is I took a bunch of drips and made that into my hi-hats. Now you can do this super quickly. Let me show you how I can do that. If I take something like this water drop here, I'm gonna throw it over here so I can just see it. First, you need to make sure it's warped. Once it's warped, you can right-click and say Slice to New MIDI Track. It's gonna ask you if you want transient or a set amount. I usually go transient, and I press OK. And what it's doing is it's seeing all those transients, splicing it up. So now we have this drum rack with all those transients spliced up. Then it makes it super easy to start just recording it with MIDI, playing around with it. Also, you'll notice some cells are better than others. You can just delete them, and given time, you can bring it down to a really small number that you like a lot. I found that super fast to take any recording, throw it in there. You can do this with vocals, you name it. Makes it very easy to start playing with it with MIDI. So I'm just gonna delete these two things there. And the idea here is I've got this beginning of a track. It's got some cool ideas. It's got an interesting movement in those water sounds that now become this cool, wavy, ambient texture. And this is a great starting point for you to just sit down, start writing bass lines, whatever, you name it. You can do anything you want with this. This is royalty free. Turn it into a track that you would like. Collaborate with people, lay down some guitar, whatever, you name it, it's yours. Just download it from my site. It's waterismusic.com. Link is in the description. I'm hoping to share these natural sounds as a way of inspiring you to really think about our water, how we can protect it, what we're going to do and need for it in the future. This is a very big issue. Even in my own lifetime, I've seen water in areas turn completely undrinkable. Look at Flint, Michigan. Look at other parts of the United States. That's not even talking about other countries that have massive issues because of pollutants, things that have been done in the name of commerce. It's just, we can do better. And I would just say, play with this, create music. Hopefully water inspires you to do something and help protect it for the future. So check it out, download it, comment on my website as well about maybe a track that you've made so other people can hear it. And let's keep this conversation about music production, maybe even share some things that you've done with water, some cool effects or way of using it. And let's keep this conversation going. So thanks a lot.